Oh, I should probably click this button on my own computer to make sure that we're good to go for this. Hello, YouTubes, and everybody who's going to tune in from YouTube that's coming from Instagram, and everybody who's on YouTube but who's only on YouTube, which I don't know how many of those there are, but here we are. All right, so today on the Whiskey Untitled, even though all I see is black screen, is we're definitely going to be making cocktails today. What kind of cocktails? That's a good question. We're just going to be making cocktails. I have one cocktail in mind. I think Charles has
A couple.
maybe two in mind that he's going to do. So it's going to be a fun mix up of all kinds of stuff. Plus, I'm using ingredients that people like, but I'm not a fan of myself. But we're just going to try to see if we can make Thomas Handy actually taste like a better whiskey because it tastes like poop the way it is. So let's do that.
Wow.
Come on. Poop. Okay, so it doesn't taste like poop.
Come
it
on,
just
man.
tastes like
Really? That bad?
no, it's just not. I mean, it's just not my style of rye, right? So we've talked about this before. I like
Yeah.
sweeter rye, like Wilderness Trail, and like a bunch of others, and Michter's, and Thomas Handy. The Sazerac rye is much more in the vein of traditional vegetal rye, spice rye, and just not my jam. So, what's up, Cody?
Hey, Cody, what's up, man? But
Oh,
yeah, no, gonna be doing cocktails, but before that, because I'm assuming we're gonna be drinking these. Any new bottles today?
No, I
This
have no
week?
new bottles, but I did get 5 new shelves from IKEA, which you can check in my stories, where I literally already filled them. It is.
Are we gonna
insane how
get
many
like a
bottles.
whiskey, or at least a tour, or how you organize? Because I
The
think that'd be
problem
pretty
is
cool.
it's in 2 different rooms, so I just put the bottles on the shelves, and the only thing I organized was Balvenie actually, which is hilarious. But I really do need to like sit down and like actually go back and organize them again. So Macallan will get its own section again. Glenfiddich will get its own section. Balvenie will get its own section. I just have too many of their bottles, so
So you
that
do
needs
like
to happen.
William Grant and Sons, and then
Yeah, I'll break it
Edgerton
down
and
like that. Yep,
okay.
it's gonna be a horrible time because I'm gonna have to move like so many bottles from each room.
Yeah, no. To be honest, I kind of want to reorganize my stuff too, but I kind of want
But
to
it
remove
sounds
a shelf.
terrible.
I want to remove a shelf. That's a thing. Like I want to
Oh,
get rid
really?
of some.
Why?
Yeah, because like I have what 3 shelves, and then one of them, the last one's like bourbons, and then the rest of them like gin, vodkas, rums, and then random stuff. So I'm
I
like,
needed
if I can just get rid of that or just drink them all, should be fine.
just drink them all. It's quarantine. It's
But
fine.
like, I think with most people in their journey, I want to buy as much bottles as I can to try as much as I can, and then now I'm at the point I'm like, I know what I like. I just want to focus on that. But
Yeah, I'm amazed at how many people hit me up. They're like, "Holy crap! I didn't know you had that many bottles." And I'm like, "Where do you think all these pictures come from?"
yeah, it's like
Like,
yeah, we're not Amazon reviewers where we buy stuff and then return it afterwards.
I would. Oh my gosh, that'd be so nice if you could open crack bottles, decide what you like and don't like. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I would have returned the Jura 30. Took all my bottles down,
Damn.
dusted the
And
shelves.
Cody,
Oh,
you got a lot of shelves
how was
too.
that?
You have like one full wall and then half a wall or something like that, I think.
It's so funny with new shelves. I got to like dust all the bottles that had dust on them, so that was
Yeah.
kind of helpful.
I'm glad that I don't have too much because like I kind of go through a line and like, all right, I need to try this, I need to try this, I need to try this.
Yeah.
But for me, I got I guess a gin. So I don't even know. Is it on the 17th?
Oh,
Is it tomorrow?
did we even? Yeah, did I even mention that last week? I did.
Yeah,
right?
you did, and you
Yeah,
didn't want
'cause
to
you
try
wanted me
it,
to
and
open
then
I
you
finally did open it.
and then when you tried it, you're like, this is good. But I
I
haven't
was
tried this
surprised.
one yet, so I'm excited because I actually have the bottle that Wally has because that's one of the gins, Genever's gins that I have. So I'm glad that I got something different. So I'm excited to try that, and I did get a pamphlet, and I'm assuming it's got all the what are they called? Not seasonings, other ingredients, add-ons to the gin and tonics that I'm assuming we're making. So
Clearing off shelves, I put it in an order. Well, you can't just order this whiskey like this. It doesn't work that
yeah,
way.
bookcases. See, I think like Cody's is like 4 or 5 deep, right?
What, bookcases? Oh, for
Yeah.
loading them? Yeah,
For
these
his.
bookcases are only good for like 33 pounds a shelf, but they're only 9 inches deep, so I can like stack a million. That's why I have 11 of these shelves now.
Yeah.
But like, it's nice because it doesn't take up much space in a room.
I didn't really check the weight limit line.
Yeah, 33 pounds per shelf means you can do average bottles are about three pounds a bottle if they're full. So
Yeah, so we have that, and then this is a topic. So we're gonna talk about cocktails. It's not gonna be fancy stuff. It's not gonna be stuff that you're gonna see at a bar or anything like that. I leave that to
bust out the smoke.
to the professionals. But I think this is just cocktails that like Wally drinks on occasions. I drink on a regular. If we get to 3, I'll try and do 2 normal ones and stuff. We'll see. We'll see what time goes. So yeah.
Right. What's up, Tolv?
for you guys, could you please list down what cocktails you guys have, what you guys love to drink besides just drinking it straight, and then I guess
I do like smoking my cocktails at home though. When I built that little smoke
yeah,
contraption,
you do.
like it's super nice how much flavor it adds.
So yeah, let's jump into it. So
Yeah,
what
my
are you
ice
doing?
is melting.
Yeah, no, that's why I looking back behind me too. Like that bag of ice is melting too. So
All
I'm
right,
gonna go. Yeah, go ahead.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, you go. You do yours.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna do mine real fast. I'm gonna do mine as quick as I possibly can.
Why?
We'll just walk through. No, I walk through the process, but like I'm really worried about the ice melting. I know it sounds dumb, but
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm dumb. All right, here we go.
Ooh.
So I have this little
You got a
container
little
that I got.
case.
Yeah, no. So this is holding the ice, and it's holding my chilled glass. So I had a glass that I had
He
in the
even
freezer.
chills his glass. Actually,
All right, have the 1 cube. Of course, it's gonna be clear. Let's go ahead and. So my glass is already chilled, so I'm not going to put any ice cubes in for the chilled glass.
So you didn't tell us what you're making, man. What are you making?
Oh, I'm going to make a Manhattan. So it's just vermouth bitters and then your whiskey, traditionally a rye, which is what we're going to go with. So it's going to be magical.
Is this something that you always drink, man? Or is this like, what's this?
What, Manhattans? I
Yeah,
do enjoy
Manhattans.
them. Yeah, I enjoy Manhattans. So I don't know if there's an order that bartenders have never told me about, but 2 dashes of bitters. That's good for that. Then you're going to need 2 ounces of a rye and 1 ounce of vermouth. Super easy to do. So I like El Bandar vermouth. You guys have seen me post this on.
Yeah, no, I can't find that anywhere.
Instagram.
So
I find it everywhere and I freaking love it. So no flair because I'm not over my.
Hey Wally, buddy of mine's asking what kind of flavor wood chips do you use for smoking?
Oh, I have a mix of hickory and I have a second container that I haven't even cracked open yet. The hickory ones are super good. All right, so that's 1 ounce of that. We need 2 ounces of this right here. Hopefully it's good in this. We'll see. In just a
Most
minute.
jiggers, just FY, I think it's an ounce and half an ounce or 2.5. So
correct. Yeah,
just
some are
make
1.5 and 3/4.
Yeah.
Some are 1.5. So this one is 1.5.
Yeah, so that's one thing for me. Like that's the hard thing. Like with bartenders, they learn their equipment and stuff like that. So you can buy stuff that have measurements inside. So if you're new to this kind of thing, I would just suggest getting something.
A lot of them will have the measurements and they'll be listed like on the side of
awesome
of the little thingy thing. So all right, so this is one thing that I do that I didn't want to break out a bar spoon. I have 2 silver bar spoons from like Balvenie events, but I just would rather use a chopstick. I find chopsticks a lot easier to use if you're gonna do like the traditional bartender way. And you just mix it up. You can see the sides of the metal container getting super, super cold. Yep. That's how you know it's pretty much good to go. I just like to do a little extra and go back and forth just to make sure everything kind of gets mixed together. Works like a centrifuge and just gets everything done.
Yeah.
So once that's mixed up, go ahead and cap it off. That's what I like to do. Put your glass out. Get your totally clear ice cube, which we can talk about in a minute if you want. And then...
you can talk about it when I do mine. So then...
Yeah, I'll move that case out of the way, and then all you do is just pour it. So this one has a strainer built into it. You can get secondary strainers. There's all kinds of other options. And I forgot my picks for the cherries.
That's fine.
I'm just going to put cherries in it anyways because I don't know if I ever do.
You even got a spoon for your cherries, man. Look at that guy.
Sorry. I'm just going to do what I usually do and put 3 cherries in here.
Damn, actually, you put a little bit of
I'm trying not to put the juice in. That's the problem.
What?
So I usually put this on the pick, and I usually pick them out of here with the spoon. Yeah. And then when they're on the pick, I don't have to worry about getting like all that extra cherry juice because that just adds too much sweetener to it, and that's not what I'm looking for.
Oh man, we're totally different. You're gonna see what I do.
Well, the goal isn't to make like a super sweet cocktail, right? The goal is to make a cocktail that tastes like the cocktail's supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, that's the whole process that I use to make a Manhattan.
So that's Wally's Manhattan, guys. That was real quick. You were way too quick on that one.
It helps the handy some, but like handy still doesn't taste good to me. So
yeah, so I'm on the fence with like the whole what's it like great ingredients, great cocktail kind of thing, that upping the ante on those things.
It's amazing how many of like the cheap ingredients actually taste really good.
Yeah, so what my rule of thumb is, if it's got anything with sugar in it, it's going to overpower the spirit, right? Okay. So with whiskey, like you got to think about people using simple syrups, maple syrups, and so on. It's going to mask a lot of that flavor. So having a high-end bourbon is not going to make that much of a difference, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, like you must use the best quality stuff, the best water from glaciers, that kind of crazy stuff.
Mhm.
But for me, on the other hand, I'm more like, I'm just gonna do whatever I have on hand. I do have whiskeys that I use more for cocktails or mixing with things, and then the other ones I just drink straight.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wow,
I mean, it makes
that's
sense though.
super quick. You can see the
Black
comments, right?
Manhattans replaced vermouth with Amaro. I've never done anything with Amaro. I've seen a couple cocktails that require it. I've just never tried it. So I'm
Yeah.
sure I'll get around to buying some. I see it everywhere. And
But
there's
yeah,
like a local Baltimore spot that like they specialize in Amaro, so they make a thing called Baltimore.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably pick some up. Charles has the most fancy setup ever
Well,
today that he's
had
rocking
to,
with
man.
the second camera, so it looks awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys will get to see an overhead.
First, I'm just gonna make an easy, um, highball. An easy highball. I do something a little bit different, but I know some bartenders do. Whoa, people screaming out there.
So what are you doing, like soda water? And
Yeah,
whiskey?
so basically what it is you got your soda water. People prefer what's this? It's just sparkling water. Some people prefer club soda. The other one, sparkling mineral water.
Oh, I do it sparkling mineral water or sparkling water.
Yeah,
That
so
sounds better to me than club soda.
yeah, so for others it depends on what you like. Some people like it, some people don't. So just take it with a grain of salt, but do what you like. All right.
Votary is saying bonded whiskey works well. I'm assuming because of the higher proof. But just like I'm saying with this, like I don't like this, and it's 63.6%, but it's okay in the cocktail.
And I'm not like Wally. And I know a lot of people do this differently. But since we're trying to work on time and I want it chilled, so first thing first, I usually use a Japanese whiskey. So right here I have the Harmony, Hibiki Harmony.
I mean, that's what they're made for, right?
I usually use Toki, but sadly I guess I finished it off.
Oh my gosh, I have like 3 bottles.
Actually,
when
no,
Costco had them for like $25. I just
I
grabbed a
said
couple.
it and I actually just saw it and it's staring at me, but I'm like, screw it, I'm going to use you.
Ooh, grab it.
Oh, fine, I'll use it. I was like,
Grab it.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, go grab the Toki. I mean, the Tokis are literally built for highballs. That's what they're for.
Yes. So, and the fun thing is, if you're ever in a
standing
city,
up to the ice. That's a good
make
mention.
sure that you check the highball machines that they have, because there are highball machines in and around certain cities.
Yeah,
that
there's one in
will make you
Philadelphia
understand.
near Steve.
So I found this, and this is pretty cool. You go to estate sales.
Is that a silver jigger?
Silver jigger, man. It's a whole set too. So this one's just a 1 ounce. What's funny is it's a quick pourer, so it's a 1 ounce, and then you do it. It's another 1 ounce. So you just basically rotate.
Oh, sick!
So I do 2 ounces. People have 2.5, so on and so forth. And then the easiest thing about this is crack the soda, put it in, and this is perfect for summer.
So no mixing. It just, I'm assuming the effervescence mixes on its own.
And then you have your straw, and then you mix it up a little bit. And then this is something that I add different. I had some bitters, so I got some fig pudding bitter, Arizona Bitter Lab. A bit of that in there.
Just to make the boring Japanese whiskey a little more exciting.
Yeah, just it adds that little
Yeah, Kevin and Votary, I agree with both of you guys. That makes sense. Like I've never thought about that, and I know I use a lot of high proof whiskeys when I do make cocktails. But standing up to the water does make total sense to keep the flavors.
It does. But yeah, so this is basically I get a lot of the bitters. So the fig, I got a bit of that fig in there. Plus I get that underlying note of whiskey. Refreshing, easy, perfect for summer, perfect for cutting grass. Great with a cigar. So,
dang, that's something I've never tried with a cigar. That's
my first.
Definitely next on my list.
Alrighty. So, how's everyone doing? Everyone doing good? Good.
I think everybody's doing all right.
All right. So, since this was pretty quick, I can probably do 2 more.
Oh dang.
So, for me, this is a more of a time thing. I usually like it more in the evenings. So I'm gonna make a whiskey sour.
This one, you make yours with egg white?
Yes, I do have egg white.
Do you use powdered egg white or do you use an actual egg white?
No, I actually have egg white, so you can probably see it here. I actually have egg white.
So I know that like Jack Rose, I just found out recently they use powdered egg whites, but they do it for a couple of reasons. One is ease of ability to measure, which they do constantly, so you can keep consistency, and then the other is for a lack of somebody getting salmonella. I had no idea.
Huh.
It's like a legit concern for some people.
I need to get a shot. All right. So usually what I have here, and
yeah, you definitely need a sharper knife.
Is my.
So I don't know anything about whiskey sours. I've seen them all the time, but every time I read that it needs egg for ingredients, I'm like, I move on.
No, so an egg is more for the froth.
Just the foamy foam, right?
Foamy foam.
But do people do you really need? So can you make one without egg white?
Yeah, you basically just skip the first part.
It would just be improper, right? Like it'd be an improper sour. Is there a name for a sour without egg white? Does anybody know?
No, it's regular whiskey sour. That's what it is. It usually has without egg white.
Yeah, it's so Kevin, you said fancy glasses and barware are cool. Like it's about the entire experience, and that's something that so Tracy came over to my house one time. We were recording videos, Scotch and Sniff, and
Yeah.
I decided to make a cocktail with reflection, and we were going through it, and she was like, "This is what you do to make the cocktail." And the only part I had right, of course, is I do like to make. You can make simple syrup really quickly on top of a glass. You just take your glass, put a piece of paper towel over the top of it, put 1 sugar cube, and then you can dash your bitters into it to soak it up and just add a little water, or dash your bitters into that to completely soak the sugar cube, drop it inside, give it a little water, and then make your simple syrup. And it kind of like gets the bitters in there with it also, which helps to just make it one quick, easy process that looks cool. But I was doing it into like a plastic cup. I was doing it with like a Macallan reflection just because I could. I didn't have like a legit anything, and she just called me out on it, and it was hilarious. That's why I posted what I did today. But it's just so funny because like there's so much work that can go into making it an entire experience. So making it an experience is just as important with cocktails. Lemon juice actually cooks the egg white. Oh, and kills bacteria too. So it works like a ceviche.
Yep.
Yeah, lemon and lime juice are so acidic they mess up all kinds of. Don't ever use lemon and lime juice in aluminum or metallic bowls because it creates a reaction and it's really bad for you.
Really?
Yeah, I I read that somewhere and I was like, all right, make sure never to do that.
So usually it's 3/4 an ounce.
Okay.
But usually that's like a small lemon.
Okay.
So I kind of by ear. Lemon in there. Half an ounce of egg white.
It's like a cookie show. Just pour it in there.
Pour it in there.
Close enough. A little dash of this, a little dash of that.
And then we just shake it, and you can hear actually the egg break up.
I was gonna say shake it under the camera, but I'm looking at him on his other camera. There's no way he can shake it under the camera.
I can shake it like
reasonable.
under the camera. It's gonna look really awkward.
It looks crazy.
It's even with headphones. It's weird. But you can
All right,
hear
so
it.
I'm gonna narrate while Charles is doing that off camera, but he is vigorously shaking the piss out of that stuff.
Yeah.
And no, I think his face is turning red. This is really crazy.
You're gonna get this frothy foam. So that's basically what's gonna happen at the top of it.
Interesting.
Then I add the ice. And then I add the whiskey, which is about 2 ounces. Most people use bourbon.
Oh, wait, all of this gets added into the foam after you make it? And it holds up to everything else? Like
yeah. So basically what you're trying to do is if you wet shake it, what's gonna happen is the foam's not gonna happen.
Okay.
You see my camera?
Interesting.
So I usually use Maker's Mark with this. Gives a sweeter note. I'm not a big fan of sours, but since Maker's Mark's a bit,
Maker's pretty sweet, yeah.
it kind of makes it easier for me. I'm more of a sweet type whiskey cocktail person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
I think most people are actually.
And the kind of rule of thumb is, just in general, always add the spirit last because that's probably the most expensive part of the cocktail. So if you F it up,
that, you're all right.
I apologize if it's loud.
You can use a spring from a Hawthorne strainer to help with the dry shake. Oh, I didn't. Oh, do you throw the spring in there?
Yep,
and then it helps to froth it up? That's cool. Dang, all these crazy shit. I guess I'll have to try a sour soon.
And then for me, since I'm being extra fancy, and you guys can probably see it. So the foam's still there, Wally?
Yeah.
As you noted, I do like a bit in there, so I apologize. But that one, I have my homemade
Sometimes whiskey sours are 2 sours. Am I not adding enough? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like an imbalance of flavors. Oh man, we can help you how to make a cocktail because we've been making them at home. But like in terms of troubleshooting a cocktail that I've never even tried before, I can't say. So Charles, if it turned out too sour, what would you do?
Um, personally, I would add some simple.
Okay, yeah. I guess throw simple syrup. Is that always a solution if it's too sour or too something else? Like I hate when Campari is too overpowering
Yep, it's one of two
and
things,
everything
right?
tastes.
If you, sorry, using.
Okay. Yeah.
And since we did shake it with ice, I'm using.
Ooh, fancy. Dang, how much simple syrup is supposed to be in there total?
No simple syrup.
Oh no. Interesting. Double strainer, strainer into a strainer. All right, let's see that.
That's where I changed. This.
Let's see this fancy thing. Oh, you got cherries to add to it?
Oh.
Oh.
I have it here. Right. So, wish I could show you guys the other angle. Give me a couple
No,
seconds.
just go back to your camera and pick the drink up. That's what I would do, so we could see it. Because even I want to see it. The top down is like very.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the bitters that I usually. Sadly, none of them have my eyedropper.
Oh wait, the bitters go on afterwards. Yeah, that's
So,
weird, isn't it?
It's hard for me to have eyedropper.
Charles is like looking around his room right now, trying to figure out where stuff is.
Yeah, because like I usually I have a bar cart, right? Like
No, his bar cart's missing. Oh, I should get a second camera and we could do double angle. And then we can do like a four
this
square.
This is how the fancy people.
That's nice. I mean, it looks good. Of course, go right through them and mix little hearts around the whole thing.
Basically, yeah.
So what is this, latte art?
Can you guys see it? Or is it too bright?
It's a little bright, but like, yeah, it looks good.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, bring the other camera angle back. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys see that?
Nice.
So you got a bit of the cherry in there. Good. You got the foam in there.
I love the separation.
Yeah. And that's because of the egg white. Good. So if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have that foam, but it'd be normal.
How's flavor?
Yeah, it's not bad. Bit sour.
So the only thing that could give the sour is the lemon. So if you had too much sour, simple syrup would fix it, but maybe less lemon.
So I try to use the cherry sauce from the Luxardo to get that sweetness in there.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my other tip, because I know a lot of people talking about the sweetness and stuff like that. I use maple syrup. So it's actually half an ounce of your sweet simple syrup.
Mm-hmm.
But I usually use maple syrup, or I get the Luxardo cherry stuff. Ooh, almost dropped the
Luxardo cherry juice.
And put a couple of spoons to get that sweetness. So if people are like, oh, that's not a whiskey sour because it doesn't have any sweetness to it or a sugar element, I usually use this because it's a bit boozy. Plus, I like the cherry flavor. Or I grab Old Faithful maple syrup.
Dude, maple syrup and then smoked? Can you smoke sours? I bet you can.
You can.
Ooh. And
yeah, so that's
carry all that smoke.
That's something that I do on occasions, more at the night when I want something sour. I'm not a big sour person, but this for me is tolerable.
Dang,
it looks.
I want to make one so bad.
Where is it?
I need to go buy some lemons. What's up, Dabs?
Little swirls in there.
Yeah, I need to go buy some lemons.
And that's
real bad.
And that's just bitters with a
super jelly.
All right,
try that.
Last one. You guys ready for one more?
You gonna make one more?
I'll make one more.
Wait, what are you gonna make first?
So it is my go-to cocktail for anything. Day, night, at a bar, last call. It's just my go-to.
Vucare?
No. It is called the Godfather. It is, I think, Deserono's kind of coined it. People say that the person who played the Godfather, this is what he enjoyed. It is a sweeter cocktail.
Marlon Brando?
Yes, Marlon Brando. I sadly do not have Wally's fancy ice, square block ice, because I was lazy.
You need fancy ice. Fancy ice makes the world
But
go round.
it's
See right
usually
through it.
just a one large ice cube, but I'm gonna make it in vessel first, and then I'm gonna pour it in glass. If you're cool with it, I'm going to.
Dabs, you're in town. Yeah, go ahead.
Switching over.
Let's make this. Let's see this Godfather.
All right, so Godfather is basically 2 parts, but since I need this a bit chilled, I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna get into a large vessel, mixing glass, whatever you want to call it. Put some ice in there.
Christian, part 2 of what? Part 2 of
this
cocktails? Because that's what's going on.
This is where Wally is gonna ignore me for a bit, but
You hate ice in your cocktails? It depends on the cocktail. It's like anything else. Are there
So-
cocktails that don't require ice?
yeah, there's a bunch of them. A lot of
Oh,
them
I
are
do a
being
Rob
straight
Roy
up.
without ice, but the glass would have to be chilled.
All right, so since we're using the cheaper, so I'm just using some amaretto. And amaretto will do,
Ooh.
and it's 2-to-1, so it's 2 Scotch or bourbon depending, but the originals calls for a Scotch.
Okay.
1 part.
And 2 parts Scotch, that's it?
Part Scotch, man. So this
Godfather
is
Part 2. Oh, the whole Godfather series is horrible movies. I watched an hour and a half of the first one and turned it off.
and this is where Wally might agree with me. So I'm using a Lafroig Select, so a smoky whiskey, but since the amaretto is so
So sweet. Yeah, I
it's
can
gonna
see this.
kill that flavor.
I can see this being okay.
And to be honest, depending on my mood and depending on where I am, I usually ask for Maker's Mark or weeded bourbon. Get me that extra.
Oh, Sazerac
technically-
doesn't have ice either.
You just pour this over. Easy way to do this is make sure
Oh,
you push
Columbia
your
Room.
spoon. Push your
Columbia
back of
Room's
your
got
spoon
cocktails on lock.
back of the glass and actually. And then
I always do it around the outside.
I don't know. And usually you have this over a big block of ice.
Made with love.
But yeah, you get a little bit of my DNA. That is Godfather.
Huh,
My
nice and-
Instagram glass, or yeah, the
nice and
Instagram
simple,
whiskey glass.
simple.
You guys didn't know.
Oh, my whiskey glasses today
No,
is
it's
from a
so
different
you know the
organization. that I
emoji
appreciate.
from Instagram, right? This is the glass. So you get the smokiness, the sweet. I'm getting a lot of that bonfire smoke,
Of course. I mean, think about what you just poured in there.
and that sweetness just kills the strong peat. It's mostly on the nose, a little bit of the hint in the back, but this is my go-to cocktail.
Christian, like bar spoons are really, really cheap. And
Oh, yeah,
if you're
bro,
gonna,
this
I
one's-
mean, you can always make them too if there are places
Oh,
around
you
you
can't
that
see
do
it.
that.
Oh yeah, man, this is
But yeah,
super cheap.
bar spoons are super cheap.
Yeah.
Make one out of silver. They're a little more
Oh,
expensive, but
and
it's a lot
big
of
thank
fun.
you to Big Gin for supplying the bar mat.
Ooh,
FYI.
shout out. Are we sponsored by them? Are they giving us
No,
money?
they're not. It just thank you because I
Then
asked.
why are we shouting them out?
'Cause I
Thanks,
asked,
Big Gin,
and they
for.
go on.
Thanks, Big Gin, for the
Oh,
mat.
and Wally, just for you.
I'm gonna go find a silver double jigger. That thing,
So
silver double jigger. That thing's amazing.
Silver came with an ice scooper.
Uh-huh.
Ice. I got that for like
Balance of
$5.
flavors and harmony of ingredients is the key for absolutely. You have to have a balance of flavors. But that's Tashi talking. Who I mean, the
Tashi.
first time I had a cocktail from him, he had yuzu in it, which was really cool,
Yeah.
and it made for an incredible tasting cocktail.
But
I forgot Tashi makes bomb cocktails. Don't let that guy fool you.
I'm actually surprised how good that sour was. Oh, it's
I'm
a
not
little bit more
surprised.
sour. I might add some syrup to it, but But I hope you guys enjoyed. I apologize for not watching the chat too much because I was hands were busy.
I was trying to keep everybody busy.
But
Yeah, no, I want that jigger too. I'm about to.
let me
Let's
know
do
if you guys ever try the Godfather cocktail because it is by far my favorite, and it's something that's fun to request from a bartender, and if they don't know, you kind of know how young they are.
Yeah, I mean, just 2-to-1. It's real easy to to walk anybody
Oh,
through
it's
it.
easy
Really,
to explain it. Yep. And you can pick your own whiskey to it, which is always great. So
that's legit. I think I'm gonna buy some amaretto after this, and I need to go buy some lemons, obviously.
yeah, amaretto. Try and get a craft amaretto. If not, then just Arono is fine. And
That's all.
I buy the big ones for like $35.
I hate how some cocktail ingredients are
Eat
cheap,
today.
like vermouth and stuff, and then some are stupid expensive, like Campari or Aperol. Have you bought Aperol? Aperol's so
Yes.
expensive. Why is
Um,
it like $38? And for
Aperol
what? For
sours.
Aperol spritz?
Aperol sours are pretty good.
It's so silly. Cool. That was actually really good, but I wish. So one thing I would change. I know this is talking about the show while we're in the show instead of waiting
Fun.
until after the show to talk about it. But one thing I would change in the future is bringing somebody like Mike in here so that we could talk about, because I know a lot of bartenders really break down um, cocktails into. I think there are three parts to a cocktail. It's supposed to be sweet, sour, and something else,
Savory.
right? There's like three main
Sweet,
parts
sour,
of a
savory,
cocktail
isn't it?
that you're supposed to like put together, and that's what makes cocktails.
Yeah. So for me, when we talk about this episode, I know it's like more meta talking about it right now, but like I wanted to tell everybody and show you guys what basically we drink cocktail, because the hardest thing right now is that yes, you can go to your bar and they can make amazing cocktails. I've had stuff where I know the exact recipe and I still can't make the cocktail that good.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just whatever I like, whatever you like. I see you making
Yeah.
a lot of Manhattans. I didn't realize what kind of vermouth
Get
you
good
like.
at one cocktail, right?
Yeah. So those are the cocktails that I actually make at home. Like I said, for the eyeball, more for outdoorsy kind of stuff, smoking a cigar. It's always great. I use a lot of club soda water when I drink, when I smoke anyway. So having a little bit of whiskey kick in there is good, plus the bitters. Sours mostly is because everyone else is like making amaretto sours and so on. So I just make a whiskey sour. And then the Godfather is one I request, and it's something that I can make at home if I feel lonely. I need one of these now, not.
I need someone to cut off the head of a horse and leave it in my bed.
Fair enough.
In a glass.
Or hide that gun in the toilet. But yeah.
Toilet gun.
Let us know what you guys make at home. I bet you some bartenders make some amazing stuff. I know people or their partners like, oh, I love it when this person makes this. It's always fun to hear. Yeah, I like there are certain things that like the Man of War, there's all these like hot toddies and stuff like I want to make, but I'm like, this is what I regularly.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just make Boulevardiers, which is just a Negroni with bourbon instead.
Yeah, I think that's just too bitter for me, and I think I just never found that
really?
the sweet vermouth that I like.
Oh, see, you gotta find a vermouth like mine. This,
yeah, and that's why
I will drink this neat, and I have.
There's like a bunch of people like, oh, I love Boulevardiers, you know, like Negronis. I'm like, I can't do bitter. And I just can't do it. But yeah, cheers, guys. What we're gonna take.
I mean, we got glasses, we got bottles, we got glasses and bottles.
All right. Probably the one time that Wally's gonna be like, yeah, I could probably do a Frig.
I really like the notes that have come out of this.
Amaretto, man, really cuts down.
I think the cherries made it act weird, and now I'm getting like espresso notes, and I'm all over this.
To be honest, it's my favorite part of the cocktail. I know. That cherry.
Well, my favorite part of the cocktail is where we end the show and then we hop on Call of Duty and drink cocktails while playing Call of Duty.
We have to do that. And on that note,
thank you guys for joining us. I'd like to say thank you so much to all of our Patreon supporters. We do love you guys. You guys are the best. It is amazing. Somebody just said they like fresh Bellinis, which is just a weirdo version of a whatchamacallit with peach juice. Bellinis are delicious. And Handy, I've never been a fan of, so that's where we're leaving this. But yeah, thank you to all our Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome, and you guys make cool things possible. And hopefully, once all this nonsense is over, we can go back to traveling across the country so that we can do more fun stuff and go more fun places. And yeah, no, I just I don't know, just been feeling super positive lately because a lot of people want to be negative, and there's no reason for it. So yeah. And Charles, what do we say on the show?
Just